Attention passionate New York Giants fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on New York Giants' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true New York Giants fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and New York Giants fans. Let's get to the news now. Folks, buckle up because what I'm about to tell you could be one of the most significant moves the Giants have considered in recent memory. Rumors are swirling around a potential blockbuster trade involving Tampa Bay Buccaneers star offensive tackle Tristan Wirfs. Yes, you heard that right. Wirfs, a four-time Pro Bowler and arguably one of the top offensive tackles in the league, could be on his way to the Giants. And this could be a game-changer for the team's offensive line and their entire playoff outlook. So let's break this down. According to sources close to Dianna Russini and other insiders, there's a strong buzz that the Giants are eyeing Wirfs in a trade that could see them send a second-round pick in the 2026 draft to Tampa. Now, that's a hefty price, but when you consider Wirfs' elite talent and how much he could bolster this Giants' offensive line, it becomes a no-brainer. The Buccaneers, sitting at 5-5 with an average of 24. 6 points allowed per game over their last 10 contests, are reportedly open to trading Wirfs as they look to free up cap space, about $22 million in future cap room, and focus on a rebuild after some struggles with their offensive line. Let's talk about what Wirfs brings to the table because it's pretty impressive. He's been one of the most consistent and dominant offensive tackles in the league, especially as a blindside protector. His PFF grade for 2025 is a staggering 88.9, placing him in the top 4 among all offensive tackles. He's a 4-time Pro Bowler already, and his pass block win rate of 93% and run block grade of 89% make him a true dual threat in protecting the quarterback and opening lanes in the run game. What's more, he's only allowed 1 sack this season and has been credited with just 14 pressures across 10 games, which is pretty remarkable for a player of his caliber. Historically, Wirfs has been a staple of elite pass protection, with a career average PFF grade of around 87. He's been instrumental in Tampa Bay's offensive success, especially during their Super Bowl winning season, and he's consistently ranked as one of the best in the league. His ability to anchor the offensive line, especially on the blind side, is comparable to some of the best in the game. Think Trent Williams of the 49ers, who's been a dominant force for years. Wirfs' versatility also allows him to be effective in both pass and run blocking schemes, with a run block win rate near 90% and a yards per carry boost of about half a yard when he's on the field. Now, why would the Giants be so interested in Wirfs? Well, aside from the obvious upgrade at right or left tackle, this move could be monumental for the team's entire offensive identity. The Giants, currently sitting with a cap space of approximately $5 million, have been waiting for a true anchor on the offensive line. They've been patching things together with players like Evan Neal, who has shown flashes but also struggled with consistency, especially when hampered by injuries like his hamstring issues. Also, with Andrew Thomas on IR due to a foot injury, the need for a proven, elite tackle like Wirfs becomes even more urgent. This trade could be the missing piece that propels the Giants' offense to new heights. We've seen what a dominant offensive line can do in the NFL. When you have a solid front, your quarterback has time to make decisions, your running game thrives, and the entire offensive scheme becomes more effective. For the Giants, improving their pass protection isn't just about keeping Daniel Jones upright. It's about giving him the confidence to make plays downfield and opening up opportunities for the running backs and receivers. And speaking of quarterbacks, the impact on Daniel Jones could be significant. With Wirfs anchoring one side, Jones might find himself with more time in the pocket, which is crucial given the recent struggles with pressure and sacks. The Giants have seen a slight uptick in their efficiency, about 18.2 points per game, up from 4.2 earlier this season, and adding a player like Wirfs could push that even higher. His presence could help stabilize the offensive line, especially in critical third-down situations, where the Giants have been a bit inconsistent, converting around 40% of their third downs, which is below league average. Now, let's consider the defensive implications. While the focus is on the offensive upgrade, this move also has ripple effects on the defense. The Giants have been leaning on their defense to keep them in games, especially with the offense sometimes sputtering. But with an improved offensive line, the team can sustain drives longer, control the clock, and give their defense more rest. That's crucial when facing high-powered offenses in the division like the Eagles and Cowboys, who rely heavily on their pass rushes. By upgrading the offensive line, the Giants can balance the game better, limiting the opponent's time of possession and reducing the pressure on their beleaguered secondary. Now, the division rivals, especially the Eagles, have to be looking at this potential move with concern. Philadelphia has one of the most aggressive pass rushes in the league, led by players like Jalen Carter and Hassan Reddick. If the Giants can bolster their protection, particularly on the blind side, it could open up big opportunities for Daniel Jones to exploit mismatches, especially with their receivers. Notably, the Giants have been without some key players lately, like Darius Slayton, who's been out with a hamstring injury, and that's made their passing game a bit predictable at times. With Wirfs protecting Jones, the Giants could start to stretch defenses more effectively. Furthermore, from a strategic point of view, this move might be part of Brian Daboll's broader plan to build a more balanced, physically imposing team. The Giants have been emphasizing a gritty, run-first mentality at times, but you need a solid offensive line to truly unlock that identity. Wirfs' addition could help turn the Giants into a more balanced team, capable of both pounding the rock and airing it out when needed. Plus, with the playoffs approaching, having that extra level of protection could mean the difference between a deep run and an early exit. Now let's talk about the division landscape. The Giants' recent improvement in their win percentage, up by around 12% with this kind of upgrade, could shake up the NFC East in a big way. The Eagles, who are currently leading the division, have been riding high, but if the Giants can shore up their offensive line with a player of Wirfs' caliber, they could close the gap in the upcoming weeks. The Cowboys, meanwhile, have been relying on their pass rush to make big plays. If the Giants can neutralize some of that pressure, it could give them a real shot at overtaking Dallas in the standings. Looking ahead to the playoff picture, adding Wirfs significantly boosts the Giants' chances. We've seen how a dominant offensive line can carry a team deep into January. Think of the 49ers with Trent Williams or the Chiefs with their line protecting Patrick Mahomes. Those teams have been perennial contenders because they control the line of scrimmage. If the Giants manage to land Wirfs, it could elevate their overall team efficiency, increase their win probability, and possibly even turn them into a dark horse contender for a deep playoff run. Considering the current odds, initially at plus 50, 0 and now shortened to around plus 20, 0, this move could shift the betting landscape and boost the Giants' hopes of returning to the Super Bowl. Of course, there are criticisms from Tampa Bay's side. The Buccaneers are in a sort of limbo, trying to figure out their next steps after a middling season. They're prioritizing youth on defense and trying to shed cap space, so trading Wirfs might be a part of that larger rebuild plan. Still, from the Giants' perspective, this is a bold, aggressive move that signals they're all in on making a serious playoff push this year. It shows they're willing to invest in their trenches and take risks to improve. In summary, the potential trade for Tristan Wirfs represents a seismic shift for the New York Giants. It's about more than just acquiring a star player. It's about transforming their offensive line into one of the league's best, giving Daniel Jones the protection he needs to succeed, and setting the stage for a possible deep playoff run. The Giants have been building steadily this season, and if this move happens, it could be the final piece they need to push toward the postseason with renewed confidence. The NFC East is already competitive, but with Wirfs protecting their blind side, the Giants could be the team to watch in the coming weeks. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest New York Giants news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Giants fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential blockbuster trade? Do you think Wirfs is the missing piece to finally get us over the top? Are you excited about the possibility of seeing him in blue and red? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion means a lot to us, and it's especially important for the future of this team. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned and keep supporting your Giants. Together, we're building something special, and this could be the move that turns our season around. Let's go Big Blue.